What's up, everyone? Today we are trying to get our fuel system ready so we can get this Cadillac started. So we're going to be dropping the tank, and so I'll just give you kind of a play-by-play of what's going on there, and hopefully it goes pretty smoothly. There may be some rusted bolts, but we'll see what happens. So I'm just doing this all laying on the ground today because I don't have a lift. All I'm going to do first is use my jack to jack up underneath this tank. Luckily this tank won't really be too bad to pull. All I've got is right here, you've got your two straps that'll unbolt. It's a 9/16 nut, and then I'll be able to set the straps down. I do have a clamp right here that is 3/8 that I'll need to pull off that goes to the fuel neck, and then the rest we'll just do once we get the tank down. It will just be our supply and return line going to the tank, and then just our fuel level wiring should be there as well. One thing I also wanted to show you, the fuel neck, it's hooked on by a 1/2-inch bolt just up there, so I will have to take that loose so that I can pull my fuel neck out. You can see the bracket or the hose clamp I'm gonna take loose is this one right here, and then I'll be able to pull this apart and then start setting the fuel tank down. So here's the two fuel lines that are on the back of the tank. Well, they're right by the rear axle, so it'd be the front of the tank. And I thought they were going to be on the top, but they're just right here, so I'll have to take those loose, and then we should be able to get the tank to drop out, and then we can undo our electrical connections for our fuel level. And there we got that loose. Now all that's next is our connector, and then we should be able to drop this tank out. So if you look up in here, these ones are real simple compared to the newer vehicles, because all they have is a sending unit. So you just got your 2 wires. There's a bracket right up in there. Pull your bracket, or bend it back just a little bit so you can get the wires past. Then you just need to undo your connector right here. These ones may actually just have a nut on top. Yeah, if you can see that, it's a 3/8 nut, which is probably our voltage supply. And then our ground is probably up in here somewhere. So I'll get that loose, and then we'll see where that takes us. Just trying to figure out where this wiring goes. Okay, so there's feels like a Phillips head bolt right there, so that's probably our ground. So I'll go get a small screwdriver, and then we'll get that zapped out, and then we should be able to just pull the tank out. Just gonna reach in here, get this screw out. Hopefully it goes pretty smoothly. There she is in all her glory. So I've got the fuel tank tore out. I am gonna have to make another video on the fuel pump, because I had a tubing wrench on the line on the bottom where it connects to the fuel pump, and it broke my tubing wrench, and then so I had to go and buy a new one. And I bought pretty much a piece of junk tubing wrench because I put it on there, and then it flexed, and then it just stripped out that whole entire fitting. So what I'm gonna have to do is go and get a tubing cutter and then just cut it off, and then to get it running, I'll just run an inline filter and all that stuff so I can get it running. But then for when I actually do the full restoration, I'll just buy a new line, order it, and then, because I like to try and keep it as original as possible with the original fuel filter housing and all that stuff. So hopefully you enjoyed the video, and it's just kind of a little tutorial on that fuel tank. It really isn't that hard of a fuel tank. I mean, obviously it'd be way easier if you had a lift and all that stuff. I was just laying on the ground. Yeah, it's just the brackets. One tip about the brackets is don't use an impact on it. Just use a ratchet, because where it unbolts, if you try and use an impact, it's just gonna bend the heck out of where that little bracket hangs. And other than that, hope you guys are having a great day. We'll see you next time.